Let's begin in reclined butterfly. So you want to lay down all the way. Soles of your feet will come together to touch and your knees fall open. So starting with a hip opening pose, maybe you choose to let your hands rest over your belly, or you can extend your arms up overhead to stretch a little bit through your shoulders and upper back. So whatever feels the best to you here. So as much as possible, we're trying to relax our legs, soften your belly, muscles in your face. And take some deep breaths, feeling them travel all the way down into your low belly. So each class of this challenge is paired with a different affirmation. And the day 2 affirmation is one of my personal favorites that I tend to repeat a lot before I go to bed. So our affirmation is, I did my best today, and that's enough.
I did my
best today,
and that's enough.
And that's enough.
That's enough. I did my best.
So we're encouraging ourselves.
That's a good one.
To be present in the moment.
I did my best today.
Letting go of the day we've had.
I did my best.
And trying to find contentment with where we are. We did our best, and that's enough.
That's enough.
So you can repeat this to yourself throughout class.
We did our best.
And we're going to hold this pose for a few more breaths. Start to lift our knees back up. You might need to use your hands to do this. Before we go into our next pose, just widen your feet and let your knees and thighs drop in towards one another. So just a nice internal hip rotation after that external hip rotation. And we'll be coming into my favorite yoga pose, into banana. So with your feet flat on the floor and your knees bent, you can move your hips to the right side of your mat and then bring your upper body to the left. Start to make that banana shape as you straighten your legs, and then you're walking your ankles over to the left. You can reach your arms up overhead, maybe holding onto your forearms, to your wrists, your elbows, and you can also cross your right ankle over the left one to intensify this side body stretch. Your right hip is going to want to lift off the floor, really try to push it down so your entire front body is facing up towards the sky, not rolling to the side. So lateral flexion, a side body stretch. Holding here for about 2 minutes. I did my best today.
I did
and
my
that's
best.
enough.
That's
And
enough.
that's enough.
I did my best. That's enough.
That's enough.
are crossed, you can uncross them. We're going to make our way to the other side. So I find it easier to bend the knees, push the feet into the floor, send your hips to the left, then start to bring your chest and upper back and head over to the right corner of your mat. You can straighten your legs and then start to walk your ankles to the bottom right corner of your mat. Maybe crossing your left foot over the right, and maybe reaching up and holding on to your upper arms or just to your wrists or hands. Press your left hip down on the floor. And imagine you can breathe directly into the left side of your waist, creating even more space here as you slow everything down and tune in. Take 5 more breaths in the pose. Center. So release your arms by your sides, uncross your legs. You can just kind of wiggle your way back so that your shoulders are in line with your hips. We'll come into half happy baby pose. Bring your right knee into your chest. So this is option 1. If you want to make this more restorative, just keep your right knee and thigh in towards you. If you'd like to go deeper, you're going to grab a hold maybe of your big right toe or the outer edge of your foot and stack your ankle over the top of your knee. I like to keep my elbow to the inside of the thigh to press it open, and I also like to relax my left thigh down, so it's providing a bit of a counterweight, so I'm not rolling on one side more than the other. And you're trying to drag that thigh down while also pushing it open. Both shoulder blades are anchored on the floor. As little arm strength as possible. Transition to our reclined pigeon pose. So you're just going to guide your right ankle, crossing over the top of your left knee. Feel that thigh move away from you, and you can reach out with your hands, either holding on to the back of your left thigh or the front of your shin. as you pull it in towards you. Not leaning on one side more than the other. So you are using a little bit of arm engagement and strength here, but I want you to try to relax your legs because that's what we're really focusing on here, is our right hip joint deep into the glutes. So try to relax that part of your body as much as possible. I did my best today, and that's enough.
I did my best today, and that's enough.
That's enough.
So important to remember that tomorrow is a new day, a new opportunity.
Tomorrow's new day.
There is no need for us to try to pre-plan everything. We can mentally relax
I can maintain.
and let go.
So let go.
Let go.
Release the hold of your thighs, straighten your legs. Before we go to the other side, it might feel good just to extend your arms up overhead. You can reach through your toes. And let's find half happy baby with our left leg this time. So knees bent. Option one is to just pull your left thigh in towards your belly and hold here. Or you can grab a hold of the foot, stacking your ankle over your knee and letting that right thigh kind of flop open a little bit, just as a counterbalance. Pushing a little bit into your right shoulder. Collarbones face up. You're trying to push your left thigh out while at the same time dragging that knee down towards your armpit and shoulder. Ankle over the top of your right knee, reclined pigeon pose. So you're really trying to bring that left thigh away from your chest and instead focusing on bringing that right knee in closer towards you. You might notice that one side feels a little easier than the other. So now we're trying to relax our left leg and left hip. like before. Stretch everything out by lengthening your legs, reaching your arms up overhead. And just go ahead and roll onto one side. Push your hands into the floor in order to lift up. And take a seat in a way that supports your hips and your low back. Bring your palms together at your heart, closing your eyes. We'll close this practice with a chant of Om one time. Inhale to chant, big breath in. Bowing forward, namaste.
Namaste.